Here you go, guys. So a upper body circuit for you. I'm going to put this up as though it's going to be done specifically on one day. It should be done at an intensity that means you wouldn't be working your legs on the same day. As a split routine, upper body, lower body is a great way of doing it. Doing two upper bodies per week, 2 lower bodies per week, and you're more than covering all bases there from a resistance training point of view. Now, the way this is done is 6 exercises repeated 5 times, which could potentially be 30 minutes. But to be honest, after the 6th, you should be working at an intensity that requires an extra minute or 2 rest before you repeat. Okay, I'm going to give you reps here of 10, 12 or 15. So you're doing 10, 12 or 15 gorilla rows, 10, 12 or 15 push-ups, 10, 12 or 15 high pulls, overhead presses, bicep curls, tricep extensions. Pick the same number and use the same number for every exercise. Don't do 10 on the ones that you don't like and 15 of the ones that you do. That there, if you want to take a screenshot of it, is what today's workout's going to look like. There's not much instruction needed, although I will demo each exercise for you. And it looks like this: a nice flat back, strong. We push into one dumbbell as we pull the other, and we pull in and 1 and in and 2 and in and 3 and so on. Okay? Now, don't want to knacker myself out, but I'll give you the option of dropping reps down on that exercise, only slightly, because it is obviously taking a little bit longer in that you're alternating either sides. If you wanted to stick with the same reps, you could not do gorilla rows and maybe just a standard bent over row. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Still a brilliant exercise, but sticking with the kettlebell theme, I'd go with the gorilla rows, okay? Let's pick 12s to start with. If I was doing 12s, I might not manage to get 12 in each side with the clock ticking down to every minute you're going to be repeating a set, remember. So I might just do 10 on each side. It's up to you. If you're going to keep it, it'll be very much a conditioning workout if you stuck with the higher reps and pretty much went straight through it. Remember, 10, 12 or 15 on the minute, every minute, 6 exercises would be pretty much 6 minutes straight. Now, I'd sooner it be a strength workout, but if you're into your conditioning and you want a bit of cardio thrown in at the same time, it's not a bad idea, okay? So there you go, gorilla rows. Push-ups, pretty obvious straight afterwards. You'll be going into your push-ups. When we've got kettlebells out, I like to do them off the handles. Here, the push through, the push through, the push through. A little bit of a deficit there lets us get lower than we would on a regular push-up. So, we've got gorilla rows, push-ups. From there, high pulls, strong exercise. Careful if you're inside and on a tiled floor like me. The setup position is as though you're going to do a swing. Okay? Thumbs lead slightly, and we pop through the hips, up, over, up, over. Here we go. And so on. Okay? High pulls, big back exercise. Try and take elbows wide so we're not feeling too much traps. And after the high pulls, we go into the overhead presses. My overhead presses aren't so great, so I'm going to go a little bit lighter. And here, in this position, we're going to press. Okay, there's your overhead presses. Now, the last 2 are more isolated exercises. Maybe you could look at it as a little bit of a breather. You need a towel. This is a little bit short, to be honest, but it'll work. We come up, squeeze, 1, up, squeeze, 2, up, and 3, up, and 4, and so on. There you've got your bicep curls. Now, one that you might want to just check that you've got the range of mobility in your shoulders to do this exercise. I'd like to see it done kneeling. And once you've got the form, you can load it up with a single 16, just like you did the biceps here. We go overhead, elbows tight and narrow, tuck the hips under, so we don't want that ugly back arch here. We want the hips tucked under. From there, we extend 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Alright, so 1 minute at a time. I'm going to go with 12 reps. 10 would be a little bit easier, or you could go a bit heavier. 15 if you've not got much weight available to you and it'll be more of a conditioning drill. Just give it a try, guys. Here. So, my gorilla rows are first. I'll turn and face this way so that I can see my clock. My gorilla rows are first. This is the first of 6 exercises. I could probably have fit a 12 in each side, but my 10 will do for now. Next up, I've got my push-ups. Ready to go. 10 seconds. This rest might feel long to start with. Believe me, by the end, it will not feel like enough. There's my push-ups done, high pulls are next. So for these first 3 exercises, the heavier kettlebells are available for each. This will be the quickest, so you'll get the longest rest after the high pulls because it's a dynamic exercise. Every rep's going to be only 1 second, maybe a touch more. I go in. 5, 4, 3, 2. Wow. Yeah, so that one's only 25 second set. Gives me the longest rest after this one, which is nice, because my least favourite overhead presses are next. If this rest is feeling too long, I know myself, it's not. You'll be tempted to go heavier, go harder. Maybe give it at least 2 or 3 sets before you try that. It will creep up on you guys, I promise. So, just leaves me with the biceps and triceps to finish, and that'll be one round down. If you want technique videos on these guys, they're in my Facebook group, which is public. You just have to request to join. And I'll add you there. It's Body Project Fitness and Fat Loss, and you'll see all the technique videos to these exercises. 15 seconds, then it's the end of round one. Please move 4 more. Gauge it, guys. You can always up the reps. 5, 4, 3, 2. Probably over-egged that one a little bit in comparison to the biceps. The 16 was a bit heavy. Now, that is one round. That is one round. I would have to do it, if I was doing the full workout, another 4 times. I know myself that is a good weight, a good pace to have hit my full, maybe not my max, but I would have hit every muscle in the upper body pretty well, pretty comprehensively. And if I was really finding it quite doable, I might add a 6th set on, okay? So give it a try. Look out for the lower body version that you'll pair with it tomorrow. And if you haven't got any kettlebells, maybe I've now give you a reason to get some. If not, give it a whirl with the dumbbells. Give me a shout if you want the coaching on the replacement exercises. I hope that's worked for you guys.